Hey guys, it's Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art. I'm here today to show you how to do a fancy fold card called a swing card. I don't think I've made one of these before, and so I was pleasantly surprised at how easy it was. All I needed to do was make a special cut on the front side, so I want to show it to you. Also, today I was looking up, every day is a different National whatever day. Today is National Blueberry Pancake Day. So happy National Blueberry Pancake Day. And I didn't have any fresh blueberries, but we are playing with blueberries today. So let me show you this card, which is a really fun card using one of the free things that you can get from the Sale-a-bration catalog. With a $100 purchase, you can get the stamp set and the paper for free. So watch this. Isn't that cool? I love that. So I'm going to show you how to make this today, and we'll turn this down to the desktop. I have you a little bit higher today so that I can fit my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine underneath the camera. So hopefully that fits down there, and at the end of the video I will show you another swing card that I made with one of our other stamp sets in the catalog this year. So let me turn you down just a minute. Sorry. Hi, Becky. And hello everyone watching on the replay and on YouTube. Special hello to the YouTube people. I'm going to scoot this a little closer here. And if you're watching live, I would love if you shared the video, or if you're watching later, follow me or subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be really helpful. Sorry, I'm trying to get this straight. It's up really high right now. Hopefully that's not too big or too small. Okay, so let me get out our pieces. So again, here's the card that we're making. Bountiful Blessings. The stamp set is called Berry Blessings. So here's a close-up of all of the stamps in this set. Wishing you the very best, bountiful blessings, and you always have a way of making my day. And so you've got blueberries and raspberries in here that you can do. And it also, see, where did the paper go? This paper is so beautiful. I've cut a lot of it up, but it's so pretty. I love it. It has strawberries and blueberries and raspberries and black raspberries, and it's just so pretty. It's got nice patterns on the back and then really bold, beautiful colors on the front. That's the same as that one. I love this one. And then some raspberries, strawberries. Oops, that's the back of another one. And then raspberries here with some leaves on the back. It's really, really pretty. I cut up all of the blueberry paper already. So the back of this one, here's all the pieces that we're going to be using. The back of this blueberry paper, isn't that so pretty, is this cool blue crosshatch kind of plaid look. It reminds me of a picnic. So I'm going to make my video bigger so I can see any comments that come in. So we're going to be using this side on the inside, and then the other side of it over here is a little accent piece. Isn't that a fun swing card? Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side as my inspiration here, and I'll show you what we did. This piece is measuring 4 by 5 1/4, just a regular 1/4 inch down from your regular half a sheet here. This is just a regular card base, also scored in the middle, just like normal, but I also went and scored another line here. I don't know if you can see that. That one is at 2 1/8, which is halfway, making this panel, this side, just right in half. So I'll be folding, let's see, this like this. Get my bone folder out here. Am I in the camera view? And then we're just folding this front panel back on the 2 1/8 line, just back to those corners right there. And then we're going to be using some dies in order to make the cut. So I'm only cutting on this panel that we folded backwards and not cutting on through the entire thing. So that's the tricky part, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But first I'll show you what the dimensions here are. So we've got our panel here 4 by 5 1/4, and then this piece is 5 1/4 tall by, let's see, what is this? Just under 2 inches. So it's 1 7/8 wide. I'll make all of these dimensions written down in a little bit, but there's that piece, 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, and then we've got some die cuts here. So I'll show you what these are. We've got 3 at this size, and then 2 at the smaller size, and those are using the stitched shapes dies. I'm sorry, stitched rectangles. I have them on this magnet sheet. So I'm using these 2, and they're the ones that nest together. There are 8 that kind of all nest together here. These are the center 2. So you'd be left with 3 big ones and 3 little ones. These are the 2 that nest right in there. So when I refer to the big one and the little one, I'm just referring to these 2. So we got 3 of the big one, 1 in white and 2 in navy, and then 2 of the little one in white. So I already cut those apart. The only die cutting that we'll do on camera is to make this extra swingy bit. I'm going to put that to the side for right now, and let's go ahead and cut that using our machine. So here is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to stand up and make sure that's in the camera. I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so let's just get everything off to the side here. So I'm going to take my big rectangle that we were using. I do think the Stitch So Sweetly rectangle dies would work. I did use it, but since it has a scalloped edge, Becky, sometimes you don't get this quite centered on this panel. Oh, I forgot my washi tape. I might have to go run and grab that. If you don't have it centered on here just right, the scallop edges from your panels that you cut out and lay on top of it might not line up just so. And so it was a little bit more difficult. I did try that, and I thought that this one was a little bit easier. But you could always do the scallop edge and then maybe put a smaller piece on the inside. I don't know, that's a tricky one, because if you don't get it quite right, it might not work. Let me see if I have any washi tape laying around here, because I do need some washi tape to hang, hold this down. The dog's chewing his rubber bone here. I'm going to run and grab some washi tape. Just a minute, sorry. Okay, sorry guys. Just went to grab some washi tape. So I just want to put some tape on these 2 corners right here and center this as best I can on the front with this panel flapped backwards. And I know I'm not cutting through to this side, but you know, just center it how it looks best to you. Yeah, I saw somebody else doing this and I changed what she had done. She was using the layering circles, ovals, and squares and doing the outline here in the scallop one and then layering the straight edge ones that were a little bit smaller on the inside, which looked nice, but I was running into a little bit of a problem with lining up the die cuts here. So anyway, this is the trickiest bit. So you see our edge here, we only want to cut, let me lay it flat actually. We only want to cut up to this score line that we did. And if you look at my plate, it has the edge and it's a little bit beveled here. And then it has it starts being flat at this little line right here. That's the line that you want to line up with this score line, like this. So I'm going to shove this mostly into the machine. I'll just back this up. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Let's see. This is going to be the trickiest bit. I'm going to turn this to the side a little bit. Okay, so my score line here is going to line up with just past where just on that beveled edge line. So this is, since it's a rectangle die, I usually put these in at an angle so it doesn't make such a loud clunking noise, but we'll just have to make do because this is a fancy fold. So this is where I feel like I wish I had 3 hands because it doesn't quite catch it and I don't want this to shift. So this is the trickiest part, but it does work, I promise. Just have to shove it in far enough where it will start catching and pull it through. And of course, since I'm on camera, it's going to be difficult. Okay, let's see, making it line up again. Okay, here we go. There it's gonna go. All right, so we're in the clear now. Just pull that through. It'll make a loud clunk because that whole line is coming through at once. Advance that all the way through and get this out of the way. Dog's really having fun with his bone right now. Okay, so let's see what we were left with here. Let me sit back down. Okay, so if you can see the back side here, it cut through up to that score line and maybe just a smidge past it. It's okay, we're covering all that up anyway. So we'll just take this off. Yeah, it's definitely worth a try with the whatever dies that you have. It will probably work with a bunch of dies. I bet this would work with a heart. Wouldn't that be cool for Valentine's Day? Yeah, I bet you could have a lot of fun with this technique, experimenting with different die shapes. So I'm using the exact same shape to cover this whole panel up. So if you're just using the same shape, you shouldn't come up with too much of a problem. Okay, gently remove this. It's got that stitching detail, so it kind of sticks in the die a little bit. All right, I'll put that to the side, and that's all the die cutting we needed. So this is how the card will work. It's folded here, but we're going to be reinforcing that by putting cardstock on both sides. So this part lays this way, and this front piece lays back. And when you open it, it has that fun swinging feature. So let's go ahead and decorate. So this front panel nestles right in there. And if you don't get this quite even, you might end up with it overhanging on this side a little bit. Do you see that? So if you had cut this to where it was uneven on the other side where the bottom piece was hanging over, that's where you might run into issues having a different shape or something with a scallop edge. But you should be, I mean, I just eyeballed it and it's still off a little bit, but it's okay. It must have been a little bit to the right of center because I'm left with a little bit smaller rectangle, which is perfect so I can cover it up on both sides. I'm gonna get my glue out and just cover up this front panel and the back panel. This is just the Tombow liquid glue. Give that a press and then swing it open. And we'll put this piece on the other side. Welcome to all of you who are watching live, and another welcome to anybody watching this later. I appreciate that. I like having fun with everybody doing this. And if you're coming on late, I said it's today is National Blueberry Pancake Day. So if you're able to, go have some blueberry pancakes. All right, we've got these, we're gonna decorate these panels right here, but first let's go ahead and glue our designer series paper on the inside. That's easy. The dog's trying to get to the shoes I put on the other side of the gate so he can chew them. That's nice. No, you can't chew my shoes. Leave my shoes alone. That's not nice. Either that or he's trying to go sniff a kitty or something. Got the stairs blocked off to the upstairs so that the cats have a safe zone to hide from the dog if they want to. We just got the dog for Christmas. Well, just about for Christmas. It just worked out that way. He's a rescue. He's a good dog. He just likes chewing things. Oh, he just stole a pillow. What a stinker. If you have a dog, let me know what your dog's name is. And if they like to chew things or not. He's shaking that pillow all over the place. Sorry about the noise. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to put this on first. I did that backwards. Oh well. This will still look cool, right? That'll still look cool. That's fine. I did it backwards. I was thinking about the dog instead of thinking about my project. That's okay. Alright, so we've got this panel here. We're going to put this whole thing aside. Oh, that's so cool, right? The nice thing is about paper crafting, you make a mistake and the person that you're giving it to is never going to know that you meant to put this piece behind this piece because it's still going to look neat. Alright, let's do some stamping here. Again, I have the... Where did it go? I don't know where the stamp set went, but I have all the stamps here. I've got the blueberries, I've got the outline of the blueberries and the fill, and I've got wishing you the very best, bountiful blessings, and then this leaf part. So the colors of ink I'm using today are Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Granny Apple Green, all from Stampin' Up. I'm going to start with the leaves because that will, actually I'm going to start with the words because then I can put everything around that. So let's start with the front image on one of the smaller panels, Night of Navy. So I'm going to do this small bountiful blessings, and before I get this out, I would like to have, where did I put it? I have a scrap paper. Here it is. I have this foam mat that fits in my Stamparatus and this paper pack that fits perfectly on this foam mat. You're supposed to be using these for your photopolymer stamps to get the best clean image. So I thought, I should probably be sharing that. So this whole paper pack is only $6.50. You get 50 sheets. And this little foam mat is only $3. So it's for less than $10. It's a great thing to have. I love having this grid paper to help me line up my stamps, especially the words. Whenever I stamp the words, especially if it's rubber and you can't see through your stamp, it's nice to be able to stamp it. You know, you think you're straight on a line, you press it down, and if you see that it's crooked, you know you have to adjust if you didn't put your label on right or something. Anyway, here's the bountiful blessings in Night of Navy. Down here at the bottom. That looks nice. Now I'm going to start with the leaves. I'm going to leave this open because we're going to need that for the outline. We can see a lot more of my table here. Should I get down closer so you guys can see a little bit better? I feel like we're up a little bit too high. I'm gonna lower us just a smidge. Ooh. Sorry, just a moment, maybe. Okay, I think you'll be able to see the card a little bit better this way. I know it's really close now. All right, so we're gonna do the leaves with this cool leaf thing. This is a distinctive stamp, I believe. So it's meant to look like watercolor when you stamp it. If your ink pad is too juicy and all of your little details in this stamp are just getting muddied because of all of the ink, what I like to do is take a plastic spoon and just press it into the ink pad to get the excess ink away from the surface. I know some people will take like a paper towel and just dab the extra ink off. Don't waste your ink, just push it back in there. It'll come back out when it's, because the ink pad stores upside down, so all of the ink will slowly seep back towards the front. You're not wasting any ink, and you're just pushing it back into the ink pad to be used later. I'm going to open my Pacific Point here. Look at all my ink pads here. Look at this, we've got all our pretty ink pads. I like that they have included these little bars in here. It's easier to see which color is which, because the ink pads themselves get a little bit confusing when you just are looking at the ink color. So I'm going to do the outline in the Night of Navy and try to nestle those blueberries right into these two stem pieces. That looks good. And then we'll take the fill of the blueberries and dab it in this Pacific Point. Is that too inky? It is a little bit. I don't have a spoon here. Oh no. I think we'll be okay. There goes the dog again. That looks good. Okay, so there's our front panel. Looks just like this one. We'll put that to the side and do the inside. Let's do this big one here. And this is just the one with the greeting on the inside, wishing you the very best. I'm going to do that in Night of Navy. Got some crumbs on there. Centered right on there. Give it a press. Looks great. Now watch this. Some of you are going to freak out. But I'm going to take a tissue here. Actually, I'm going to clean off my stamps really quick. I'm going to show you how to get a single blueberry down here. I've got my Stampin' mist here, and I'm just going to give these blueberries a wash, the outline and the inside. Give them a stamp off. Okay, so what I've done with my stamp is I cut it. Oh, gasp, right? So I cut this blueberry off from this other grouping so that I can do a single blueberry. And if you can see this little edge here, when I want to stamp all of them at once, I can still just butt that right up there, and it's in the exact same position that it was meant to be. So I'm really getting two different stamps for the price of one here. So I'm going to take off the double grouping and put the single one on there. And I did the same thing with this one. I cut it right there. So I'm going to take this one off. Isn't that cool? Some of you would never do this. Call me crazy, right? Okay. So I'm going to take this single blueberry in the Night of Navy. And my dog is going nuts. I think he senses that the kids are going to come off the bus really soon. He's going crazy. Oh my gosh. Is that too much? Okay, I'm going to put this right there. And now I have an accent blueberry here at the bottom for the inside. Put that to the side and we'll do our third panel. We might actually make it done before the kids get off the bus. Now, I actually should have done the other panel because I have to put the blueberries back together, but now you can see how I do that. So I'll get my Stampin' Scrub back out again. Wash off my single blueberry and then make them into multiples again. Oops, dropping stuff. Okay, so here's the fill, and I'm gonna take this piece and just butt this right up there. Same thing with this one. It's okay, dog. They're gonna come soon. His name is Jackson. All right. Hopefully I don't have inky fingers now. We'll see. This panel is the most decorated one, so if I smudge it, I'll just stamp right over it, right? So I'm gonna take my leaves again. This is another smaller panel. I'm gonna come in from this side so that the stem at the bottom sticks off the page. What are you doing? Are you getting in my trash? Don't do that. Okay, put there. And before I stamp my other leaves, I want to put the blueberries on here so I know where they end so that I don't stamp the blueberries in the same spot that the leaves will go, because these kind of have to go right on these little stem things. So I'm going to do those first. Cuteness. And one more set of leaves coming up this way. I'm going to fill this page with blueberries. So just like this. It's a snowy day here in Michigan today. Is it snowy where you are? I feel like I should have had a spoon handy over here. This is a little bit juicier than I wanted to, but if I was in my stamp area, I would just pull out my plastic spoon. I should probably just put one over here for video's sake. This is harder to see. Oh my goodness. Dog, you're making a mess. Now, since I got these here, I want to fill in these little white areas. I don't have to, but I want to. So I'm gonna put 2 little blueberries over here, just kind of off to the side. And we're gonna put this one kind of coming in this way. Like that. And then we'll fill in the insides of those. Oh, it's a little off on that one. That's okay. It's hard to see because I'm not overhead. All right, there's our third panel. We are ready to glue this together and be done. Oh my goodness, this is one of the fastest ones I've done. Isn't that crazy? This fancy fold. I'm gonna take care of my inks here so I don't open the card into an open ink pad. That's never good. Have you ever done that before? I know I have. All right, so here is our final card, right? So we're just gonna glue our pieces together on this one. So here's our 3 panels. We'll glue our front panel on. If I can get my glue going. Sometimes I leave it open too long. It's just got a little goober right at the top. So I'll just pick off this front piece. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. We're just gonna add a little bow at the end. I'm using my finger because I know I haven't touched any ink with that to press that down. So it's a little safe tip for in case you think maybe your fingers are inky. I also keep baby wipes at my other desk. I'm in the living room right now, or the dining room / living room area. So I don't want to bring a whole bunch of stuff in here, but there's better light in here, and my stamp room is a mess. That's the main reason why I'm not in there. It's a mess. I can admit it. I craft with pizzazz. I start cleaning it, I put things away, and then I get excited that I found something, and I was like, oh, I wanted to try that idea, and then I just, okay. Here's the trick for getting this part lined up perfectly behind here. What you want to do, I've got glue on it already. I'm going to put it on this side, glue up, and kind of pinch it here, and then close the card so that it lays perfectly behind there. Cool, right? So now you know that that one is perfectly behind this front panel. Surprise! Isn't that cool? So that's our swing card for today. You can use this, yeah, try out different die shapes. I'm curious to know what the stitched, the Stitch So Sweetly rectangle dies would do, and any other dies that you have. Maybe a heart, that would be cool. So let me show you the other one that I did. I was using the Hearts and Kisses stamp set, and I did this one using some of the paper that's with all of the Valentine stuff in the catalog right now. So this one opened. Isn't that fun? Sealed with a kiss. So very Valentine's Day one. This is using Poppy Parade in black and white. So I did some stamping off. I think these two colors are not Poppy. This one's Calypso Coral, and I think this one's Petal Pink. Isn't that fun? So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial for a swing card, and I can't wait to see your versions of trying the swing card out. I'd love to see pictures that you can send me, and maybe I'll feature your samples on my Facebook page here. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. And if you'd like to place an order, I had the host code here somewhere. I would love for you to place an order in the month of January. We're using this host code right here, and I'd love to send you a free card in the mail from my stash as a thank you for placing an order. So again, we've got free stuff going on for Sale-a-bration right now, so now is the best time to buy. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.